What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video by yours truly. Yeah, we had to go on a walk for this topic. We got to address the dragon in the room. First of all, before we even get into that, I've never seen a topic that's like pre-beta spread so quickly and so powerfully. Everybody's talking about this. Even people that don't play HSR is talking about this, because what Hoyo is doing is, once again, they're pioneering and engineering a way to make the gacha space more predatory than it already is. This company never ceases to impress me with their balls of like doing garbage shit, bro. I mean, you know, then again, I haven't been around in the gacha space for a long time, so there could very well be some OGs out there like the FGO devs that started some garbage and then Hoyo picked up from them. Who knows? What I do know is Hoyo's the most prevalent, the most successful, and the largest company in the space that's making the biggest waves and making the biggest inspiration now. I say this all the time, but they've set precedent in this space that has rippled into other games you enjoy. Wuthering Waves price points, the reason they're $100 in that shop is because of Hoyoverse. Whatever Hoyoverse gets away with, other devs look at it and go, well, we can get away with that too, because look, they're doing it right now. Or other devs go, well, they're doing that horrible fucking strategy. How about we just do it a little bit better? And then everybody goes, oh, look, we're good. It's like we've gotten to this point with the Hoyosphere, guys, where they are grooming their community to accept such filthy garbage slop of gaming content that anything is viewed as good when it's not even really that good. Right now, we're getting off on a bit of side tangent here. We'll come back into the CASTORICE play. But essentially what I'm trying to tell you is this is not the first time they've done something bad. This is not the 10th time. This is not even the 30th fucking time. I've lost track. It's to the point now where I'm kind of numb to what they're doing. And that's a bad thing, because although I'm numb, I'm not unconscious of it. I'm not unaware of it. I still very well see it with clarity. But the target audience is the real problem here, because they are not only numb to it, they can't distinguish good content from bad content. I mean, dude, let's face it, guys. Wuthering Waves dropped a fucking event. I mean, a weekly mode that's literally a chore. It's literally a chore, right? And people are like, oh my God, this is so good. And and I asked them in my stream, I said, okay, if it's so good, do it without collecting the rewards. No, you wouldn't touch that mode without collecting the rewards. You know you wouldn't. You know why? Because it's not good fucking content. You're just doing it for the rewards. And that's the reality of the gacha space. They constantly do these tactics that are clearly coming up from the corporate ladder to get people to play their games, not for the game's actual beauty and development, but because you've convinced yourself that a reward is better than the game itself. You're playing the game to get a fake currency to pull on a fucking character to actually play the game. We've now lost the plot. We've now lost the whole entire concept of why we play games in the first place, guys. Going back into the CASTORICE, man, I got to take a second to think about that, guys. When you pull on a character, the only reason you should be pulling on a character is because you like the way that character looks, you like that character's personality, and you like their kit concept. That's why you pull on a character in these games, right? It should never go past that. And if it does, the development of the game's integrity has been compromised severely. Now, you guys may not know this, but the development integrity has been compromised. These games with these 3- and 4-man systems, do you know why they're 3- and 4-man systems? It's not because that's the best way to deliver you the game. It's not because of the fun of it, even though there's fun in it. It's because that's the easiest way to sell you these characters they monetize, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. If I make a game where it's a 3- to 4-man system, then I know I can sell these guys, these characters easier, because I'm just gonna go, well, if you want that guy to work, you gotta get this guy too, right? You're not gonna see a gacha game doing a 1-man team, because it's not easy selling a 1-man team, but it is easy selling a 3-man team. This is another step that I see implemented into every fucking gacha game. And the difference between these gacha games and regular games is that they're selling the characters regular games aren't. So that's just one of the elements of what I'm talking about. They trickle it in one step at a time without you noticing. And before you realize it, you're fucking praising these garbage practices and normalizing the shit that they get away with. Back to the CASTORICE situation. If you guys let this shit go through, well, now you've just normalized the developer to sell you a character, not because the character is something you're interested in, but because the character has a value you cannot obtain or acquire elsewhere. And now we've entered a whole new level of scumbag territory. You don't like CASTORICE, you want to skip that CASTORICE. Guess what? You skip that CASTORICE, well, now your account is literally inferior to everyone else that has CASTORICE. Like, there's no way to put it. You skip the Finon or the Dan Hung or the Cyrene, who are doing things like ignoring defense of the monster for physical attacks, giving HP shields as soon as you enter battle with any fucking team. Bro, your account is literally inferior to everyone else's. This has instilled a level of FOMO and predatory practice like none ever before. And of course, it's coming from good old Hoyoverse, Dwayne with his arms crossed, brother. But never mind all of that, guys. My question to you is, what are you gonna do about it? Because you can sit there and bitch and gripe and moan and do all this shit, right? But what if they stand on business and they just go through with it? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna continue spending money? Are you gonna uninstall the game? Because that's where the real power comes into play. It doesn't matter how much I try to convince you guys of the garbage that's occurring right here before us in real time. It doesn't matter how much common sense I breathe into you. If you decide to continue spending money on this game, if you decide to continue installing it and constantly playing the updates, well, then you are telling them in the best way possible that what they're doing is okay. See, they're counting on your addiction. They're counting on your faith in them. Oh, the change is gonna come. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, man, maybe the change will change. Maybe the devs will eventually come to their senses. No, they fucking won't, bro. Why are you putting your faith in a goddamn gacha developer? Newsflash, buddy. Never trust a gacha developer. Never trust a fucking corporation. They're not gonna change until you make them change. So you have to start with first verbal communication, right? Going free to play, talking with your wallets. And if none of that works and they still continue doing what they're doing, you have to uninstall the game. I'm gonna tell you right now, if that shit makes it through the beta, I'm uninstalling HSR. Hell, I barely even need HSR on the channel in terms of playing it. I really don't. I can play that game the same way Tectone plays Genshin Impact, which is not at all. You just shit on the game over and over and over again because they keep making fools of themselves. It's easy monetization. And the day they decide to pull their heads out of their asses, well, then I come back to the game. Newsflash, guys, I'm at a point now where I don't need to play any of these fucking games. I know the formula so well. I know the characters' kits so well. I can make content without ever playing the games ever again. It's really not a problem. And it won't be good content for that. My question to you is, are you able to stand on business and just uninstall the game if that shit happens? Because that's the only way change is really gonna happen. Not spending your money and uninstalling the game. That's it. It's that easy. If everyone gets to this thought process, change will occur instantaneously. Problem is, guys, is you get it, I get it, but do they get it? They meaning the target audience. Because those are the people who have very fragile and weak minds. It reminds me of, once again, Tech's fucking ass. A while back, he stopped saying it. I think he should continue saying it again, but he's like, weak men. He's like, weak men, you're weak. It's so true though. Like the target audience, God bless their souls, man. They don't have confidence. They don't have the ability to discipline themselves. I guess I don't know, that for whatever reason, whether it's due to their upbringing, whether it's due to how they've chose to live their lives. These motherfuckers are weak. And if they don't wake up, this game's not gonna change. And so the only thing you can do is just move on. That's the best way to put it. With Monster Hunter Wilds coming out literally tomorrow, this shit don't make a difference to me, bro. I'm about to literally get lost in the sauce on another game. And you know, yeah, I'm genuinely looking forward to having a good time. I'm about to pretty much be a fly on the wall at this point with you guys. And hopefully when I get back, things have changed, but hey, I'm not banking on it and neither should you. Anyways, those are pretty much my thoughts, man. I know you guys think that sometimes, I'm being grumpy. I'm being bitter. 32-year-old Unk Smack, just is another video of him molding about something. Listen, man, y'all gotta understand, bro. From 1985 to 1995, that era right there of people who were born in that era. I'm not saying if you weren't born from 1985 to 1995, you're not a gamer. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the amount of volume of connoisseurs of the gaming industry that were born from 1985 to 1995, those people know their shit. They were there when gaming was at its best, the golden ages, right? When fighting games were popping the fuck off, the Street Fighters, the Tekken Tags, the Mortal Kombats, the Marvel versus Capcoms, right? And in the action games, the Devil May Cries, the God of Wars, the Bayonettas, the fucking Nier Automatas, right? The MMOs, the Final Fantasy 11, the World of Warcrafts, the Elder Scrolls Online. Every single genre you think of, League of Legends, booming, popping off, we were there to witness all of it. And we were able to gain insight into all the things that made these games spark, that made these games pop. We know what a game's integrity looks like. We know what a good game looks like. We know what passionate developers look like. And we know what a motherfucker that ain't worth a quarter looks like in terms of game development and what they're trying to do when they're trying to milk the cow. It's not that we're bitter. It's not that we're salty. It's not that we're hating. We've seen numerous benchmarks of good game development versus piss poor, fuck you, shit on your dollar game development. And so when I call these things out, and when people who were born in that 10 years, which is a lot of content creators you watch today, call these things out, you need to understand we are keeping it a fucking buck. And everything we're saying is for the betterment of gamers, okay? Not the corporations, gamers. Get it through your thick fucking skulls, buddy, and let it marinate like neck bone juice. Now I'm gonna wrap up this walk, and then I'm gonna go to the gym and get me a good fucking lift in. I suggest you guys do the same. And plug in the Monster Hunter Wilds channel. I'll leave it down below in the description box if you guys want to play a real fucking game and get out of that infinite Tsukiyomi known as the Gacha space, and then maybe then you'll wake up. That's what I suggest. Peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.